Martha Speaks by Susan Meddaugh. Martha Speaks. The day Helen gave Martha Dog her alphabet soup, something unusual happened. Martha's brain, that's what it's pointing to. The letters in the soup went up to Martha's brain instead of down to her stomach. That evening, Martha spoke. "Isn't it time for my dinner?" Martha's family had many questions to ask. Of course she had a lot to tell them. "Have you always understood what we were saying?" "You bet. Do you want to know what Benji is really saying?" "Why don't you come when we call?" "You people are so bossy. Come, sit, stay. You never say please." "Do dogs dream?" "Day and night. This morning I dreamed I was chasing a giant meatloaf." "What's all this nonsense about pit bulls? Talk about changes in my diet." "Why do you drink out of the toilet?" "Lassie is not all that smart." Woof! Alphabet soup became a regular part of Martha's diet, and the family had a wonderful time. Surprising people walking the dog was always good for a laugh. "Yo, Rinty, good dog. How's the fleet problem?" They ordered pizza from a different restaurant every night. "How much do I owe you?" said Martha. They taught Martha how to use the phone, but this was a mistake. "Hello, meat company, I'd like to make an order." Pretty soon, more than pizza was being delivered. "But I didn't order any barbecue." Family and friends were amazed. "Please pass the carcass," says Martha under the table. "Want to go for a walk, Granny?" Although there were those who doubted, there is no such thing as a talking dog. Martha always had the last word. "Speak, Martha." "Woof!" "Just kidding," said Martha. But there was a problem. Now that Martha could talk, there was no stopping her. She said exactly what was on her mind. "Why is that man so fat?" Uh-oh. She made embarrassing comments. "Mom said that fruitcake you sent wasn't fit for a dog, but I thought it was delicious." And she always told the truth. "Who did it?" "Helen did it," said Martha. Occasionally, she wondered why her family was often mad at her. But she kept on talking. She talked through everyone's favorite TV show. I've seen this program. Want me to tell you what happens? The giant reptile did it, and the little kitten gets blamed. But it's okay because Ninja Woman and Enviro Man team up and save the little kitten and, of course, the world. Except for her own. She didn't talk through her own movie. She talked while they were trying to read. "There's a poodle over on Cricket Street I'd really like to play with. He's small, but what a dog. And speaking of small, I'm sure you're all curious about the early days of my life." She talked and talked. "I was born back in an alley to a poor but loving mother. Although she was a mixed breed, Mama was determined to raise us puppies right, to give us a solid background before we went out into the world at 8 weeks, even before our eyes. Even before our eyes were open, Mama would say, "You're dogs, not cats. Don't ever forget that. Blah, 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 blah." I still remember the rules Mama gave us to live by. Beware of 2-year-olds, humans with clothespins. Under the table is the best place to be during a meal. 3, never mistake your human's leg for a tree. That was for my brother, of course. And 4, if it's black and white and smells funny, it's not a cat. Don't chase it. And while you're on the subject, I understand cat, but I can't speak it. Blah, blah, blah. Wait, where was I? Oh, yes. Blah, 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 blah. Did you know that my mother gave me a name before you did? My name? She named all of us puppies. I was 3. My sister was 1, 6, and 7. My brothers were 2, 4, 5, and 8. I never did like 8 very much, but 6 was a lot of fun. Blah, 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 blah. I'll never forget my father's face when he saw all us puppies. "Boy, that's a lot of puppies," he said. "What a funny dog." And she talked, and she talked, and she talked until her family could not stand it any more. They said, "Martha, please." Oh, shut up. Oh, we're not supposed to say that, are we? But that's what her family said. "What's wrong?" asked Martha. "You talk too much," yelled Father. "You never stop," yelled Mother. "Sometimes," said Helen, "I wish you had never learned to talk." Martha was crushed. The next day, Martha did not speak. She did not ask for her dinner or to go out. She offered no opinions, but lay quietly beneath the kitchen table. At first, her family enjoyed the silence, but after a while they became worried. "What's the matter, Martha?" asked Helen. Martha didn't answer. Helen's father called the vet. "There's something wrong with my dog," he said. "She won't say a word." "Is this some kind of joke?" snapped the vet. Helen offered Martha a bowl after bowl of alphabet soup, but Martha had lost her appetite for letters. Martha's family wondered if she would ever speak again. Then, one evening, her family was out. Martha heard the sound of glass breaking. "A burglar," she gasped. "I better call the police." She carefully dialed 911. But when she opened her mouth to speak, "Yip, arf, 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 woof," Martha hadn't eaten a bowl of alphabet soup in days. Martha raced to the kitchen. She barked, she growled, she tried to look ferocious. "Grrr." The burglar was frightened. He picked up a pot from the stove. "Uh-oh," thought Martha. It's taps for sure." But to her surprise, the burglar put the pot down on the floor in front of her. "Here, doggy," he said, "have something nice to eat." The burglar smiled as he closed Martha into the kitchen and went back to work. "Dumb dog," he said, the burglar. "Lucky for me, you like alphabet soup." When Martha's family returned, they found the police removing the burglar from their house. "How did you know he was robbing our house?" said Helen. "We got a call at the station," said the officer. "Some lady named Martha." "Good dog, Martha," exclaimed her happy family. "You're so right," said Martha. Now, Martha eats a bowl of alphabet soup every day. She's learning what to say and when to say it, and sometimes she doesn't say anything at all, at least for a few minutes. The end.